Hello, everybody. Welcome to day 2 of UVA's hunt for another ACC title, along with my man Josh B, just right out of Charlottesville, Dougie Fresh Smith across the water in Jersey City. I am Mark Trump in New York City. Dougie Fresh, guess what I watched this morning? It wasn't a game. March Madness gets me in the mood early in the morning. Well, 5 o'clock in the morning, I rewatched the game from last night.
I knew that.
Embarrassed to say I fell asleep with 5 minutes left to go in the game. A 3-year-old will do that to you.
Five minutes too early if you miss the overtime, so that's fine.
10 minutes too early, right? But I couldn't help but watch one shining moment.
Oh man, why would you not? You know, it's the greatest time. And
But
you know what kills me?
I couldn't
These
watch.
tournaments, these conference tournaments are the greatest, and everybody's talking about the NCAA. Can we enjoy these moments, man? These 1 or 2 or 25 shining moments for different kids, and I don't care about the NCAA tournament right now. I care about what's going on right now, and I hope everybody's having fun. So, and look at that live picture.
Oh, it's awesome, right? T-Dubs. Is T-Dubs giving the live shot, or is it Spence?
TW.
T-Dubs just every night, every time he goes to a game, without fail, incredible seats.
Yeah, I think somehow he's like in front of the band this time, right? Like I don't know how he got ahead of them, but
He was parallel with them yet last night in the second or third row, and tonight looked like he's in the front row. And as Hav said, somebody's going to ask him to check in, to sub in the game.
Right.
And I said, Dougie, my comment was, if he was with Dougie, hey, there's my man.
There he goes.
As Dougie, I said, if he's with Dougie, then he'll get free Gatorade and food from the manager.
Sugar Shane.
Sugar Shane. By the way, off camera, off live, I've got to tell you about the conversation between Sugar Shane and Ty earlier today. All right, but moment.
Come on, Marty, give the people what they need. Let's go.
Well, we're gonna give lots of conversations, talk about lots of conversations. Bill, thanks. I hope you saw Connecticut beat St. John's earlier. I watched a moment. I'm gonna get back to that. But I can't watch 2019. There's my man Kev. Can't watch 2019 without watching 2018 first.
That's fair.
And then 2019 is just all the more incredible, right? And all the more satisfying. So, Dougie, you and I are in a text chain with Sirach, hey Jen, and Danny Alter. And the conversation came up not too long ago, and 45 minutes ago, about UVA and UNC, right? Or UVA option winning tonight. I'm sorry, option of Carolina losing, because Adam was getting upset with anti-Carolina fans and said they don't understand. Josh, I'm going to ask you to weigh in a second. And Adam was saying these Carolina fans don't know what they're talking about. They're putting emotionally, right? Because he's be hoping UNC to win, and instead of Pitt to win, and he's saying it's better, I guess. And Dougie, feel free to jump in and correct me. I think he said it's better if we lose to Carolina, right? Then instead of winning tomorrow night.
I sort of get all that, and I think everybody is thinking way too much into the bracketologist and the who's getting in, whatever. It's the ACC tournament. It's special, man. I think your son won one, smartly lost the next one, and then won the NCAA tournament. That's fine. But I see guys. I watched St. John's, UConn. These dudes were competing. I'm telling you, the players on the court are not thinking about the NCAA and net and the quad and quad 1, quad 2. They are competing. And can we just enjoy this shit? Yes.
Two things.
We just enjoy this.
The second one was louder than the first one because the second one was in full agreement with you. Can we just enjoy it? Can the kids just enjoy it and just have a blast instead of going, it's better for our net, or this isn't good for our net? Now, since I don't think we're on the bubble anymore, right? I think we're in.
No.
I think we got to be in, right? Josh, would you say we're in?
Yeah, I mean, barring a monumental collapse tonight, I think we're pretty safely in. Even if it does go awry, I think we would still make it. I'm not really that concerned, but yeah, it's just should be fine.
Yeah. I mean, clearly I just violated what you and I were just saying. Can we just enjoy instead of thinking about but we're actually talking about are we in or not? Which is net, and we need to win to make sure we win. Dougie, that UConn St. John's game was a heavyweight bout. It was back and forth. It was a great game.
Just knock out, drag out. Let's run. Let's do this. Steal the ball, catch the ball, make a shot, throw an alley-oop to somebody who can't even dunk. It was amazing, right?
Dougie, you played in 4 of these.
Which one?
You played in 4 conference championships, 4 conference tournaments.
Yeah.
First of all, what was your favorite? Do you remember?
I do. And you know what? Hold on, my last year. My first year, and I wasn't a big factor, obviously, we beat the conference champion, Clemson. Imagine that. I'm sorry. We beat North Carolina, who had 17 pros on their team. The next round, we beat Clemson. The next round, we played Georgia Tech and, Kenny Anderson, Dennis Scott, and Brian Oliver. And we ran out of steam. And the problem was the coach didn't play me long enough because me and Terry Kirby went on a tear, and our guys were tired. I'm kidding. But it was in Charlotte, North Carolina. It was absolutely amazing. And it was like transcendental. Is that a word? Something that made you feel like life was better, and it was so much fun. But the whole atmosphere, every school's there, all the fans are there. North Carolina State, Clemson, Duke, go on, and it's hey, if you think this doesn't count, it counts.
And great memories, right? I mean,
man, are you kidding me? I have a memory I can't tell you about in the snowstorm in Charlotte when we lost and we went to a certain club one night, but that's another story.
We'll get offline. So let me ask you, when you played, what were the giveaways?
Oh, the tournaments?
Yeah.
That's the funniest thing. So I think our biggest giveaway was a disc man. Disc man, we had to buy the disc. They didn't give us the disc. And the next year, I'm telling you, me and Ab were like, yo, if they don't give us like a small TV, there was a name for it. I forget the name of it. A small TV, we're not going to be happy. Oh, the giveaways were insane.
Yeah.
1990. We didn't expect anything, but we got it. Then we became expectant.
Yeah. I still have.
I was expecting like a space shuttle tour of like space and all. I'm like, come on, man.
I got to show you. I still have. Ty gave me his iPad.
Yeah. iPad?
No, it's a whatever these are called. Yeah, mini iPad.
Yeah.
That's cool.
That he got that says with ACC on the back.
Nice.
So that's really cool. That was 1 year.
Same thing.
Yeah. I mean, I know the SEC, like guys were getting big color TVs at one point. Yeah. I knew a kid that played. Like
5-inch curve. What's your address? Right? We'll send it to you.
Yeah, no, well. Yep. Big night tonight, of course. Second night. We knocked off BC last night in OT. What were you, Dougie? You know what? I was going to introduce you. Actually, I planned to introduce you as Dougie. When will Elijah get in? Fresh Smith, right? Where's Elijah?
Yeah.
Dougie, I don't think he's going to get in this year. I'm sorry.
I know you say that. And I hate that. I do agree. Last night was not the night for Elijah. Not because we didn't need it, we always need it, but it was, Tony did a great job. The players did a really good job. Jordan Minor, Andrew Rohde, etc. But if you play Elijah, we might just win by 20, and that's take all the nuance away from it. But that's all right.
Josh, big stories of the night were second half, Jordan Minor, Tane,
Yes,
maybe Andrew Rohde, TB being confident enough to go with him, and him hitting 2 shots, right?
Mm-hmm.
Free throws, right? Free throws were disaster. But as I said, I think the big story also is, while we were, 6 for 16 from the free throw line? Something like that.
Yeah.
The BC was 3 for 16 from 3 in the second half. Okay? So, I mean, yeah, we did, and the Minor was good. Like, in your eyes, like, what do you think was the most influential piece last night's game?
Most important, I would say, was Minor coming in with about 5 minutes left in the second half and absolutely shutting Quentin Post down. And he was and not even giving space, much less giving up points. He played an excellent job. He didn't foul him. He just completely put him in check, and he showed a lot of, I think, what we all hoped that we would get when we first saw Jordan Minor commits to UVA, and being able to be a big lockdown guy. And honestly, Quentin Post is one of the I think at least most talented bigs that we will play against.
Yep.
So for him to be able to do that and also be giving up, about 6 inches or so in height, it was huge for him. And it was great, too, to get to see him, celebrate afterwards. And he slapped the sticker on there about half sideways and, the whole mess with that. But it was just great for him, man, because it's a guy that, he's been working so hard all year. I'm sure, obviously, early on he was disappointed in, not being in the rotation as much, not getting the minutes he probably hoped for. But just a guy that never gave up all year, just complete grit with him, just worked and worked and worked, and now it's finally paying off.
It's a great story, right? It's a great story because I'm not so sure. In fact, we do have some inside information where the coaches weren't sure if Minor was going to be able to contribute this year, right? And this is a guy that fought and fought and fought, and you love to hear stories like that, right? Hardworking guys, good guys. He's supposed to be a great kid, and he comes in this playing time and he performs so well. Defensively, he was a star. Although he didn't hit free throws, he did have one big time finish at the time as well. All right, let's talk about IMAC. Right on cue. Thanks, Thomas. Dougie, anything on IMAC tonight or Josh?
No, I have nothing. But I was at the UNC game, I don't know, 3-4 weeks ago, and he had something going on, right? And he still plays 30-plus minutes a game. And, dude, I love him. He's my third favorite player. He's my first, but really I love him and the whole thing. But, man, you saw times last night when he made a cut and, fans are saying he fell down. That's what happens, man, when something hurts. And he couldn't, he passed up a shot or two. That's what happens when kids have an injury. They can't. He knows. So I really don't think he comes back from it from yesterday to today to be the same guy he was, a month ago. To be straight up honest, Shoot.
Well, so yes, you don't see him shooting the same way, right? Dougie, you talked about this in the past. A lot of guys are hurt, right? Especially
everybody's hurt.
Everybody's
hurt except Elijah. Maybe Tank. Sorry. You're right. Yeah, you're right. Mark, how about you? You talk about your son.
Yeah, no, he was. Listen, they lost to Florida State.
Yeah, I think about that.
Finals, and he was sick as a dog, right? And tried to push through it and just couldn't. I mean, he tried to, right? His ankles weren't great in college, but that's part of it. That's part of the deal. Right? You get hurt in college. I remember my ankles were awful when I played. I think I broke one time and severely tore one the other, whatever it was. So, what is Josh B? If IMAC's not there and can't perform up to par the same way he would if he were healthy, like, where do you expect our offense to come from tonight? Tane was huge last night.
Yeah, so Tane was huge last night. I'll interject real quick and just throw it out because they just announced starting lineup does have Isaac in it, so he is going to give it a go at least again tonight.
Yep.
Starting lineup tonight is a little bit of a switch up here. We got Reese, Isaac, Tane, Ryan Dunn, and Jordan Miner.
Let's go, Tane.
So I guess in honor I have, he couldn't be here tonight. He's a little under the weather, but we got Tane time.
So how do we match up, Josh, against NC State with Minor playing and with Ryan playing? They've got Big Daddy Burns.
Mm-hmm.
And they've got Diarra. Is it Diarra?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And I watched a really cool interview on him earlier today about him going through observing Ramadan, right? And they were talking to the nutritionist, and this is again we talked about you and I, Josh, talked about like the advances of like technology and intelligence and why people may not be as tired after 2 or 3 games as they have years in the past, right? And she was talking about how he's fueled up and the Gatorade and whatever they give him to drink.
Yeah.
Can't eat between sun up and sun down. So I don't know. I wonder when he eats, right? Like, and how much he eats before a game.
Yeah, so I was listening a little bit of their game last night when they were playing Duke. The sideline reporter, I think her name's Jess Sims, I believe. But anyway, that doesn't matter. She was saying that what they were essentially doing was if he could eat, like, I guess, at dusk, as a sundown thing. That was just kind of the way it works. And they were even, like, feeding little snacks in the huddle as the game was starting. Like, first media timeout, he was eating a little snack or something to try to keep him going. And I'll tell you what, that's a guy that's balling out right now, too. Like, It couldn't work out better for him, I guess. I mean, maybe it's a strategy he should look at more because, man, he's had double-digit rebounds 2 games in a row. Scored 8 points the night before. Last night had double-double. So he was teed up on Filipowski, too, a lot of the second half there and just really shut him down completely. He's been a huge difference maker for NC State so far.
He's done. He's playing really well. And he's, so again, how do we match up against them? Sorry about that.
Oh, no, you're good. So the big thing to know here with State is that they have kind of switched their lineup a little bit. To start the tournament, their first game against Louisville, DJ Horn actually didn't play at all. So for him, this is only the 3rd game in 3 days. It's not 4 for 4 for him.
Yeah.
As he's been going, too, he's been ramping up more. He's been coming off the bench each game so far. I don't have their lineup pulled to see if he's going to start or not. But last night they leaned on him more. He played 30 couple minutes, so it was a bigger one for him. They've done a pretty good job in managing their minutes so far. DJ Burns, the most he's played was 26 minutes. The other 2, I think it was 18 minutes and then 24 minutes. Their second night, they did have to lean a little bit more on Casey playing and the other guard, Taylor. They both played almost 40 minutes. I think they were both at like 38 minutes. But other than that, they've done a pretty good job of limiting as much as they've had to play for, getting to their 4th game in 4 days here.
Yeah, and they seem to, will they be tired? Will Big Daddy Burns be tired 4 games? I don't know. I mean, he's tired after 3 times up and down the court, but he seems to not get tired, right? He seems to be playing well, and
I said tired.
Good.
When he gets the ball, he's energized. So that's
right.
Which I think it's a very overrated thing. How you defend Big Daddy Burns? Like he's not as big of a factor as the entire world makes it think. I think their guards are the key. The way their guards move and don't stop moving the entire game. Casey Morcell, UVA guy. The other Burn guy, whatever. That's the key. We have got to really pay attention on defense. In my opinion, against their guards. Their guards are not scared. They play.
They do. And one of the things we talk about, Doug, is 4 games in 4 nights, or 3 games in 3 nights. You made the point yesterday when we were talking, and I think this is pretty well known amongst UVA fans, is that since we don't run, are we really applying pressure on the defense? Are we tiring guys out outside the guards flying around, screens chasing our guards? Right, so I'm not sure that 4 games in 4 nights is the same as Pac-12 or in the SEC. Josh, weigh in on that, please, for me.
Yeah, sure. So I do think that this team especially has kind of had a tendency to do a lot of ball watching. Even with our guards, there's a lot of times that they're probably not running around screens as much as we've become accustomed to when we had guys like Ty and Kyle playing. Guys like Devin, guys like London, Malcolm, Joe. You could go on forever about it. But this group, they're talented, but sometimes they kind of forget, I guess is probably the best way to put it, that, there is game action going on that they can really contribute to if they just kind of make some cuts and do some working. I am hoping to see, though, a good bit of kind of some ball screen action tonight. If it were me, my strategy would be to have DJ Burns in a pick and roll scenario on every possession just to wear him out because, again, it's his 4th game in 4 days. Like, even if he hasn't played that many minutes, he's, a bigger guy and he's probably going to wear down. It's just nature. I mean, he shouldn't be able to run forever. So that would be my plan of attack for it. I do think Ryan makes a good point. Pull it up here with the shooting. Like Fresh was saying, their guards have been pretty fearless so far. They've pretty much made every hustle play there's been to make in their 3 games that they've won. So matching up with them, just having that intensity and hopefully, limiting their shooting and having a decent shooting night for ourselves would definitely help.
Tip off about to happen, looks like. Can we get to predictions really quickly? Dougie, what you got?
I'm not sure why I think it's going to be 62-57 Virginia, and I have no idea why, but that is just
your intuition.
It told me, and I'll get it right again, obviously.
Josh B?
So I went tonight. Thought I'd do the theme T-shirt again. It worked last night. We'll try it again tonight. Got the vintage championship shirt on here, and I'm wearing that because I think we're going to get a vintage Virginia performance tonight. With IMAC being a little shaky, I don't know that our offense is going to go bonkers, and even if we get to overtime, break 60 points. I said in our text thread earlier, I'm going to stick to it. I got 58-53 Virginia tonight.
I like it. You were talking earlier before I get to my prediction. You spoke earlier about NC State, like being aware and being into the game. Right, and Mikey O'Connell, got to mention Mikey every time we play NC State, who played for me for 4 or 5 years.
Nice.
Really seems to calm the state. Right, he really seems like when he's in the game, they're much more control. Right, and he keeps guys in the game offensively and defensively. Got a high IQ, emotionally, he's calm, he's really poised. Made some big shots last night too. So I think while he's in the game, they don't go through those lapses. Right? They don't suffer those lapses where they're like just all over the place. I think that we win it 61-57. Here's my prediction. Doug, you wrote those down. Winner. It's
Again. Marky, what was yours? Sorry, my son texted me. What was yours?
61-57.
All right. Me, I was 62-57, so we're the same thing.
How about that? Okay.
If WFS ends up being right, I think we'll end up being about a 4 seed with that type of result. Our metric number is so high.
To have some more land sharks. Drink some land sharks, bro.
Keep them coming in, guys. 73-61.
Oh, I love it. Oh, wow. Let's go, Donna.
Yeah, I like it. Jen Clifton, 66-64, and a nail bite.
Jen the GOAT.
Jen, who has the ball last possession? Did we win it at the buzzer? Wow. Okay.
Give Jen a little credit here. She was pretty close last night.
She was very, very close.
I was right last night, Jen. Sorry, but that's fine.
He's right.
I called OT. How many times I've called OT? It finally happened.
He did get
real quick. I guess what's it like being introduced? Thanks, Jen, for answering that. Jen says we win at the few seconds before the buzzer. Thanks, Bill. 58-55. What's it like being introduced, or just being on the floor when the lights go out and like all the starting lineup is being called out?
You asking me? I've never started one game, so I don't know.
Okay, but even still, you're on the floor.
Oh man. So me and Hav, you know how everybody has their handshakes now? We had the most elaborate handshake ever. It lasted like 45 seconds. I think we were the early. I wish he was on here tonight, man. Get better, feel better.
Yes.
We had this whole thing round up. Nobody else did it, and it was so good. But it's so exhilarating, so much fun. You know, Brian Stith coming out. You know, whoever. And you're hearing the other guy, Rodney Rogers, and like, boo. It's pretty cool. It's pretty cool.
All right, Brooke, thanks for that. We will certainly take that score. I think that was the same one I had. Very close to what I had and very close to what Dougie had. I think we'll all take any score with UVA being on top. All right, folks, there you have it. Thanks so much for joining us in the pregame. We will see you at the half. Let's get them early.
Game is starting ESPN2. Just a heads up for anyone listening. They switched the ACC over to ESPN2.
All right, let's go. Go Hoos.
All right, go Hoos. See you at halftime.